If you're reading this now, it is because I closed the door you desperately wanted to walk through. You knocked with trembling hands. You prayed with tears streaming down your face. You believed with everything inside you that this door was your answer, your breakthrough, your rescue. You stood there waiting, hoping, trusting that at any moment it would swing open and everything would change. And then you watched it slam shut in your face. The sound echoed through your entire being. You felt the weight of disappointment crash into your chest like a wave that knocked the breath from your lungs. You called it rejection. You named it failure. You wondered if I had abandoned you. You questioned whether your prayers even reached my ears. But let me tell you the truth. You have not yet seen the reality your pain has hidden from your eyes. That closed door was not punishment. It was not denial. It was not evidence of my silence or my absence. That closed door was the sound of divine construction beginning in your life. I did not close it to hurt you. I closed it to rebuild you. I did not shut it to reject you. I shut it to redirect you. I did not lock it to limit your future. I locked it to protect your destiny. You see, not every door that closes is a rejection. Some doors close because what lies behind them would have destroyed the version of you I am creating. Some doors close because I see dangers you cannot detect, traps you cannot perceive, futures you cannot foresee. Some doors close because I love you too much to let you settle for anything less than what I designed for your life from before the foundation of the world. You think I took something away from you, but I removed what would have taken you away from me. You were not rejected, you were redirected. And redirection is not cruelty, it is mercy in disguise. It is grace wearing the mask of disappointment. Think of it this way. When a builder constructs a house, they do not start with the beautiful parts. They do not begin with the windows, the paint, or the furniture. They start with demolition. They tear down what exists. They break through old foundations. They remove structures that cannot bear the weight of what is coming. And to the untrained eye, this looks like destruction. It looks like loss. It looks like everything is being taken away. But the builder knows something. The observer does not. The builder knows that you cannot construct something new on a foundation meant for something old. You cannot build a skyscraper on the foundation of a shack. You cannot raise a temple on ground that was meant for temporary shelter. So the builder destroys what was to make room for what will be. And that is exactly what I am doing in your life right now. I am not destroying you. I am demolishing everything in you that cannot hold the weight of where I am taking you. When that door closed, you felt the weight of disappointment crush your chest like a boulder rolling onto your lungs. You replayed every moment in your mind 1,000 times, searching desperately for what you did wrong, analyzing every word you spoke, every action you took, every prayer you prayed. You questioned your worth. You wondered if this was your fault. You wondered if you were being punished for past mistakes, for sins you thought I had forgiven, for failures you could not forget. But hear me clearly, my child. I do not punish my children by withholding good things. I protect my children by removing wrong things. And that door you are mourning, that opportunity you are grieving, that relationship you are crying over, it was the wrong door. It had your name on it in human ink, but it did not have my signature on it in divine blood. It looked like a blessing, but it was a trap disguised as an answer. And anything that does not carry my blessing will eventually become your burden. Anything that does not have my approval will ultimately become your prison. I know you are tired of hearing, trust the process. I know you are weary of waiting while watching others walk through doors that remain locked for you. But understand this, the doors I close are not signs of my absence. They are evidence of my presence. When I close a door, it means I am actively involved in your life. It means I see the trap you are about to step into, and I love you enough to block your path. You do not realize it yet, but one day you will look back and thank me for every door I shut in your face. There are some doors you prayed to open that would have led you into relationships that looked beautiful on the surface, but were built on foundations of lies, manipulation, and false promises. Some doors would have taken you into careers that paid well in money, but cost you everything in peace, purpose, and presence. Some doors would have given you what you wanted in the moment, but stolen what you needed for eternity. I did not close those doors to make you suffer. I closed them to save your life, to rescue your calling, to preserve your destiny. You wanted comfort in that moment. I wanted your calling for a lifetime. You wanted to fit in with the crowd. I wanted you set apart for my kingdom. You wanted immediate relief. I wanted eternal reward. And sometimes the only way to align you with my will is to remove every option that does not serve my purpose for you. Sometimes the only way to get your attention is to close every door except the one I want you to walk through. Let me paint you a picture of what is really happening. Imagine a master architect standing before an empty plot of land. To the passerby, it looks like nothing. It looks like waste, like emptiness, like potential unfulfilled. But the architect sees something the world cannot see. The architect sees blueprints. The architect sees structures rising from the ground. The architect sees rooms filled with purpose, hallways leading to destiny, windows opening to new horizons. But before any of that can manifest, the land must be cleared. All structures must be demolished. Unstable ground must be excavated. Weak foundations must be removed. And that process is violent. It is loud. It involves breaking, tearing, crushing, and removing. But it is not destruction for destruction's sake. It is demolition for the purpose of construction. Every closed door in your life is a demolition site, preparing for divine construction. And I am the master architect who sees what you cannot yet see. Let me tell you something you need to understand. Closed doors are not the end of the road. They are the beginning of reconstruction. When I close a door, I am not finished with you. I am preparing to build something in you that the open door could never create. Every closed door is a construction site. It is where I strip away what does not belong and lay a foundation for what must come. You cannot see it because construction is messy, it is loud, it is uncomfortable, but it is necessary. You cannot build a tower on a cracked foundation, and I will not build your future on the broken pieces of your past. This is why I isolate you after closing doors. This is why I make you sit in silence when you want noise. This is why I pull you away from people when you crave connection. Because I am not building something small. I am constructing a destiny that requires focus, stillness, and surrender. And I cannot do that while you are distracted by doors that were never meant for you. So I close them, I lock them, and I make sure you cannot force them open no matter how hard you try. Because your strength is not meant to open wrong doors. Your strength is meant to carry the weight of the right ones. You may be wondering why I let you get so close to that door before I closed it. Why did I let you pour months, even years of your life into something that would not work out? Why did I let you invest your time, your energy, your emotions, your hope, your faith into an opportunity that I knew would never open? Why did I allow you to taste the possibility, to feel the excitement, to imagine the future, only to watch it crumble before your eyes? Why did I let you get close enough to believe it was real before I revealed it was not for you? These are the questions that haunt you in the midnight hours. These are the thoughts that rob you of peace. But let me give you an answer that will shift everything. The journey to that door was never about the door itself. It was about what I needed to remove from you along the way. You see, my child, I do not waste anything. I do not allow experiences that serve no purpose. Every step you took toward that closed door, every prayer you whispered in the darkness, every tear you cried in secret, every moment of hoping and waiting, none of it was wasted. It was all part of the excavation process. I was digging deep into the soil of your soul, removing layers of fear that you did not even know were there. I was chipping away at pride that had dressed itself as confidence. I was breaking apart control, disguised as wisdom. I was stripping you of self-reliance, masked as strength. With each step closer to that door, you became less of who you used to be and more of who you were always meant to become. You did not see it because you were focused on the destination, but I was focused on the transformation. I was teaching you that your worth is not tied to outcomes, that your value is not determined by open doors, that your identity is not defined by achievements. I was showing you that even when everything falls apart, even when doors slam shut, even when prayers seem unanswered, I remain. My presence does not depend on your success. My love does not fluctuate with your failures. I am constant, unchanging, eternal. And that lesson could only be learned through disappointment. That truth could only be carved into your soul through the pain of a closed door. Many people chase open doors because they believe open doors are evidence of my favor. But let me correct that thinking. Favor is not always an open door. Sometimes favor is a closed one. Sometimes the greatest blessing I can give you is a no. Because my no protects you from paths that lead to destruction. My no redirects you toward destiny. My no is not rejection. It is redirection wrapped in love. And one day when you see the fullness of what I saved you from, you will fall to your knees in gratitude for every door I refuse to open. Now let me speak to the pain you feel right now. I know the ache is real. I know you feel like you wasted time. I know you are angry, confused, and hurt. I see your tears. I hear your prayers. And I want you to know that your pain is not pointless. It is purposeful. The breaking you feel is not punishment. It is preparation. You are not falling apart. You are being rebuilt. And rebuilding always begins with demolition. I must tear down the old structures before I can construct the new ones. I must remove what you built in your own strength so I can build something in mine. This is the test most people fail. They see the closed door and they quit. They assume I am against them, so they stop trusting me. They turn back. They settle. They choose comfort over calling. But you, if you are hearing this, you are not like most people. You are chosen for something greater. And chosen ones do not get easy paths. They get closed doors, long waits, and silent seasons. Why? Because greatness is not built in comfort. It is forged in fire. And every closed door is a flame that purifies your faith. Let me tell you what is happening right now in the unseen realm. While you sit in disappointment, I am fighting battles you cannot see. I am moving people, shifting circumstances, and dismantling plans that were set against you. I am positioning you for something so significant that the enemy is terrified. That is why he worked so hard to make that door look appealing. That is why he whispered lies in your ear, telling you that this was your only chance. But I shut that door because I saw the trap, I saw the detour, I saw the destruction waiting on the other side, and I love you too much to let you walk into it. Understand this. When I close doors, I am not taking things away from you randomly. I am clearing space for what you cannot yet hold. You are not ready for the blessing you are asking for. If I gave it to you now, it would crush you. You do not have the strength, the wisdom, or the character to steward it yet. So I close the door, and I take you into a season of preparation. I strengthen your foundation. I deepen your roots. I build resilience in your spirit. And when the time is right, when you are ready, I will open a door that no one can shut. But here is the truth that will challenge you. Closed doors require obedience. You must stop trying to force them open. You must stop knocking on what I have locked. You must stop going back to what I removed. Because every time you return to a closed door, you delay the opening of the right one. I need you to trust me enough to walk away. I need you to believe that I know what I am doing. I need you to trust me enough to walk away. I need you to believe that I know what I am doing. I need you to surrender your plans, your timelines, and your ideas of how your life should unfold. Because my plans are higher, my timing is perfect, and my doors, when they open, will lead you exactly where you need to be. Some of you are stuck in bitterness because you are still staring at closed doors. You are replaying what could have been. You are holding on to what I already removed. And because you refuse to let go, you cannot move forward. You are standing in the ruins of what was, unable to see what is being built. Let me speak directly to your heart. Release it. Let it go. That relationship, that job, that opportunity, that version of your life, it is over. And it is over because I ended it. I closed it. I locked it. Not to harm you, but to heal you. Not to limit you, but to elevate you. Now I want to teach you something that will transform how you see every disappointment in your life. There is a profound difference between a closed door and a locked door, and most people never learn to discern between the two. A closed door means it is not the right time. A locked door means it is not the right door. Some doors I close temporarily because you need to grow, mature, and develop before you can walk through them. If I open them now, you would step into a room you are not equipped to occupy. You would enter a season you are not prepared to steward. You would receive a blessing you do not have the character to carry. So I close the door, not as a final answer, but as a divine pause. I close it to give you time to grow into the person who can handle what lies on the other side. But some doors, my child, are locked permanently. And I lock them with such force that no amount of effort, no amount of prayer, no amount of faith can pry them open. Why? Because they were never part of my blueprint for your life. They were detours disguised as destinations. They were distractions dressed as dreams. They looked good to your natural eyes, but they were poison to your spiritual calling. And so I locked them, I sealed them, I removed them from your path entirely. Not to punish you, but to protect you from wasting years of your life walking in a direction that leads away from your purpose. The question is, how do you know which is which? How do you discern whether a door is closed temporarily or locked permanently? The answer is simple. Though it requires something most people refuse to give: surrender. When you surrender fully to me, when you release your grip on your own plans and timelines, I give you clarity. I open your spiritual eyes to see what your natural eyes cannot perceive. I grant you discernment to know when to keep knocking and when to walk away. But when you fight me, when you insist on forcing doors open through your own strength, you stay trapped in confusion. You waste energy pushing against walls I have built for your protection. You exhaust yourself trying to resurrect what I have already buried. Surrender is not giving up. Surrender is giving over. It is taking your hands off your plans and placing them in mine. It is releasing control and embracing trust. It is saying, God, I do not understand why this door closed, but I trust that you see what I cannot see. I trust that your no is protecting me from something my yes would have destroyed. I trust that your closed doors are as much a gift as your open ones. And when you pray that prayer from a sincere heart, peace floods your soul. I trust that your closed doors are as much a gift as your open ones. And when you pray that prayer from a sincere heart, peace floods your soul. Clarity replaces confusion, and you begin to see that the closed door was never your enemy, it was your salvation. Here is the secret most people miss. Closed doors are not meant to stop you, they are meant to redirect you. Every time I close a door, I am turning your face in a new direction. I am shifting your focus. I am realigning your path. But if you keep looking back at what I close, you will miss what I am opening. You will waste years mourning loss instead of embracing gain. And that, my child, is the real tragedy. Not the closed door, but your refusal to move beyond it. Let me speak to those who feel like they have been waiting too long. You wonder why everyone else seems to walk through open doors while yours remain shut. You see people less qualified, less faithful, less deserving, stepping into blessings that you prayed for. And it makes you question if I am fair. Let me be clear. I am not fair. I am just. Fair means everyone gets the same thing. Just means everyone gets what they need. And what you need is not what they need. Your assignment is different. Your calling is higher. Your purpose requires more preparation. So yes, your doors stay closed longer. But when I open them, they will lead to places others cannot go. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. Do not measure my love for you by how quickly I answer your prayers. Do not assume I have forgotten you because you are still waiting. I have not forgotten. I am constructing. And construction takes time. You cannot rush a building and expect it to stand. You cannot skip steps and expect strength. I am building something in you that will last for generations. And that kind of foundation cannot be laid in a day. Every closed door teaches you something. It teaches you patience. It teaches you trust. It teaches you that your identity is not tied to outcomes. It teaches you that my presence is enough even when my answers are no. It teaches you to worship me, not because I give you what you want, but because I am worthy regardless of what I give. This is the maturity I am building in you. And maturity cannot be taught through open doors. It is forged through closed ones. I want you to know that I see your faithfulness. I see you getting up every morning, even though you are tired. I see you praying, even though you feel unheard. I see you trusting, even though you do not understand. And I want you to know that none of it is wasted. Every tear you cried in secret, I collected. Every prayer you whispered in doubt, I heard. Every moment you chose to trust me despite the pain, I recorded. And I will reward your faithfulness. Not because you earned it, but because I am faithful. And I never leave my children empty-handed. The door I closed was not your destiny. It was a distraction dressed as a blessing. It looked good, it felt right, but it was not mine. And anything that is not mine will eventually become a burden. So I removed it before it destroyed you. I know you cannot see it yet. I know it still hurts. But trust me, one day you will understand. One day you will look back and see how perfectly I orchestrated every closed door. You will see how each one led you closer to your true purpose. You will see that I was never against you. I was always for you, even when I said no. Let me tell you what happens when you stop fighting closed doors and start trusting my process. You enter a rest that the world cannot understand. You begin to move with confidence, knowing that if a door is meant for you, it will open. And if it closes, it was never yours to begin with. You stop forcing, you stop striving, you stop living in fear that you will miss your chance, because you realize that what is meant for you cannot be taken from you, and what is not meant for you cannot be forced. This is the peace I want to give you. This is the freedom that comes from trusting me with your closed doors. You are not created to live in anxiety, wondering if you made the right choice. You are created to walk in assurance, knowing that I guide every step. And if I close a door, it is because I am making a way where there was none. I am constructing a path you could never build on your own. I am aligning people, moments, and opportunities that will intersect at the exact right time. And when that door opens, it will be undeniable. It will be unmistakable. It will be a door that only I could open. So here is my word to you today. Stop mourning the closed doors. Stop replaying what did not work. Stop asking me why. Instead, ask me what? What are you building in me? What are you teaching me? What do you want me to see that I could not see before? Shift your focus from what I took to what I am giving, because I never remove something without replacing it with something better. I never close a door without preparing to open another one. And the door I am about to open for you will be worth every moment you spent waiting. Do not let bitterness take root in your heart. Do not let disappointment steal your faith. Do not let closed doors make you believe that I do not care. I care more than you know. I love you more than you can comprehend. And every decision I make is rooted in that love. Trust me, trust my timing, trust my process, trust that I see what you cannot see, trust that I am constructing something beautiful in the wreckage of what was. And one day, when you step through the door I opened, you will look back and say, thank you for every door you closed. Thank you for not giving me what I wanted. Thank you for giving me what I needed. This is not rejection. This is reconstruction. This is not the end. This is the beginning. I am not closing doors to limit your life. I am closing doors to expand it. I am removing what is small so I can give you what is significant. I am tearing down what is temporary so I can build what is eternal. And when the construction is complete, you will stand in awe of what I have done. You will see that every closed door was a gift. Every no was a protection. Every delay was a setup for something greater. So walk away from that closed door. Stop staring at it. Stop trying to force it open. Turn around. Face the direction I am pointing you. And trust that where I am leading you is far better than where you wanted to go. Because I do not just open doors, I create destinies. And yours is already written. The door that belongs to you is coming. And when it opens, no one will be able to shut it. Not people, not circumstances, not the enemy. Because when I open a door, it stays open. And when I build something, it cannot be torn down. This is my promise to you, and I want you to receive it deep in your spirit where fear cannot touch it and doubt cannot steal it. Every closed door you have experienced, every disappointment you have endured, every rejection you have faced, all of it is evidence of my relentless, unwavering, unconditional love for you. Every locked path is not a punishment but a protection, a divine intervention that saved you from a future you could not see. Every moment of pain you felt when that door slammed shut was not wasted suffering. It was purposeful preparation, shaping you into someone who can carry what I am about to give you without collapsing under its weight. I am not finished with you, my beloved child. I am not done building. I am not through constructing. The demolition you have experienced, painful as it was only the first phase. The closed doors were only the clearing of the land. Now I am laying foundations you cannot see. Now I am building structures in the spiritual realm that will soon manifest in the physical. Now I am connecting pieces of your life that seemed random, aligning moments that felt meaningless, orchestrating encounters that appeared coincidental. And when the fullness of time arrives, when every piece is in its proper place, I am going to open a door for you that will leave you absolutely breathless. A door so perfectly aligned with your calling that when you walk through it, you will feel like you are finally home. A door that fits you so precisely that no one else could walk through it the way you will. A door that bears my signature so clearly that everyone watching will know it was not luck, not chance, not coincidence, but divine appointment. And on that day when you step through the door I have prepared for you, you will look back at all the doors I closed and you will weep tears of gratitude instead of grief. You will see how perfectly I orchestrated every closed door, how strategically I positioned every no, how lovingly I protected you from every wrong path. You will understand that I was never against you. I was always, always, always for you, even when I said no, even when I closed doors, even when I made you wait, especially when I made you wait. Because the door I am about to open will be worth every moment you spent waiting, every tear you cried, every prayer that seemed unanswered. It will be worth it all. So stop looking back at closed doors with regret. Stop staring at the locked paths with bitterness. Stop replaying disappointments with anger. Turn around, face forward, lift your eyes, because the door that belongs to you is coming, and when it opens, no force in heaven, on earth, or under the earth will be able to shut it. Not people, not circumstances, not the enemy, not fear, not doubt. Because when I open a door, it stays open. And when I build something, it cannot be torn down. When I construct something, it stands forever. This is not rejection, my child. This is reconstruction. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of your destiny. I am not closing doors to limit your life. I am closing doors to expand it beyond anything you could ask or imagine. I am removing what is small, temporary, and inadequate so I can give you what is significant, eternal, and perfect. I am tearing down what was never meant to last so I can build what will stand for generations. And when the construction is complete, when the door finally opens, you will stand in absolute awe of what I have done. You will see that every closed door was a divine gift. Every no was a holy protection. Every delay was a strategic setup for something greater than you ever dreamed possible. So walk away from that closed door. Stop staring at it. Stop trying to force it open with your own strength. Turn around. Face the direction I am pointing you. Trust me enough to walk forward even when you cannot see the path clearly, because where I am leading you is far, far better than where you wanted to go. I do not just open doors, my beloved. I create destinies, and yours is already written in the book of life. The door that belongs to you is already prepared, already positioned, already waiting for the appointed time. And when it opens, no one will be able to shut it. Because when I build something, it endures. When I construct something, it stands. When I open something, it remains open forever. This is my word to you today. Receive it, believe it, walk in it. Your breakthrough is not behind you in the doors that closed. Your breakthrough is ahead of you in the door I am about to open. So stop looking back. Look forward. Your future is not in what I took away. Your future is in what I am about to give. Trust me, I am the master builder, and I am constructing something beautiful.